Hi there everybody, welcome back to Miss Johnson's YouTube channel. We are going to continue on into ELA mini lesson number 19, and the focus for today is cause and effect. So go ahead and grab your magazine and grab your homeschool packet and we're going to get started. Here we go. So first of all, what cause and effect is an event that happens. It can happen in a story, it can happen in an informational text, it can happen in real life. Typically what happens with an event is there is a cause and there is an effect. So when we're talking about the cause, we're talking about why something happened, why the event occurred. And then we have the effect, which is the what or the result of something that had happened after it. So I have a couple of examples to talk about cause and effect. So the first one is the cause is the reason something happened, and the effect is the result of what happened. So why and what is that cause and effect? So for example, we saw a rainbow is the effect because the sun comes out after the rain. So sometimes it starts with cause and then goes to the effect, but sometimes we hear about it a little bit differently. So there is a rainbow, that's the what, and why is there a rainbow is because it had rained outside. All right, let's look at another example. It says the boy hit the ball. So when he hit the ball, that's the why. The effect or the result is, as a result, the window broke. So he hit the ball and it flew into the window and broke it. So the cause is why the window broke and the effect is what had happened after the cause had happened. Last one is the sun was hot. That's the cause, why something occurs. And what happens is, therefore, the ice cream is melted. So we have some relationships. Sometimes you can hear about the effect before the cause, but what's really happening is why something happens and then what happens or the result, okay? So when we're looking at effects, we see a couple of different key information that I want to point out. We say as a result talks about the effect that happens. It's kind of a key word, and therefore is another kind of key word that tells us that we're having an effect. And then we have a cause, because. This word because kind of tells us that that was the cause of what had happened with the sun. So to recap, the cause is the reason something happened and the effect is the result. So now what we're going to do is go and try and find that in our text. So that can happen in stories, like I said, or it can happen in a variety of different things. So here we go, let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to find cause and effect relationships in our tropical rainfall text. So this is the one that we've been talking about the past couple of days. So we are going to turn to our close reading packet page, and this is what it says. It says, reread paragraphs 1 through 4 of the tropical rainfall to look for examples of cause and effect. How does the sun influence the climate in the tropics? How does it influence the amount of rainfall that occurs in the tropics? All right, so let's go and follow the directions by starting to reread. All right, so I've been doing a lot of reading lately. What I would like you to do right now is to go pause this video, reread paragraphs 1 through 4. I want you to reread the paragraphs, and I want you to see if you can find a cause and effect relationship. Then we'll get to our graphic organizer. Go reread now. All right, you better have reread paragraphs 1 through 4. If you have not, pause, go do it now. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn to our graphic organizer because it's going to kind of focus our attention on the cause and effect relationships that we can find. So if you see in the corner right here, there's a little notepad with some signal words. Signal words are things that happen, words in the text that tell us of cause and effect. So I've kind of pointed out a couple for my anchor chart right there. There's a word because. There is something called as a result, or therefore. So what I'm just doing right now is I'm just writing down, you can pause this video, writing down some signal words that show cause and effect relationships. Okay, so to focus our cause and effect and see where it is, we're going to answer the first question. What is the weather like in the tropics? Well, I can go to my text and I can actually go to paragraph 1 and it tells me exactly what the weather is. It says, the weather in the tropics is mostly hot and humid. So what I'm going to write down right here is hot and humid. All right, so that is kind of what? So that's kind of our cause almost, right? Like that is the result of something happening. So why is it hot and humid in this area? So that's going to be the effect, which leads into our next question. Why is the weather like this? So I'm going to go and I'm going to reread and maybe look for some signal words that show cause and effect. This is mainly due to the tropics receiving more energy from the sun than other regions. This energy imbalance circulates or moves around the air in the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so why is it hot and humid? It is there because mainly, I'm going to add a signal word right here. And I'm going to write the word mainly. This is mainly due to the tropics receiving more energy from the sun than other regions. This energy imbalance circulates or moves around the air in the Earth's atmospheres. Okay, so I'm going to write down that the tropics receive more energy from the sun. So that is that's the cause. Why is it like that? It's because the sun is directly staring at the tropics, which is near the equator, all right? Okay, now we're gonna get to the second part of the questions. And the first question says, what word does the text use to describe the rainfall in the tropics? Okay, so how do they describe the rainfall in the tropics? I'm gonna go to paragraph 2 because I see the word rainfall right there. I'm gonna look and see what it says. It says, in the tropics, there is an abundant rainfall. Circle the word abundant because that is important. Abundant means a lot. So they are saying that there is a lot of rain in the tropics. So an abundant or a lot of rain. So I'm going to write that on my little graphic organizer right here. So an abundant or a lot of rain. What causes the rainfall? Okay, so we have the what, we have the cause, or we have the result. Sorry, we have the result that there's a lot of rainfall. So now we're going to go see why that is, okay? So it says, this is due to the rising air resulting from the sun's constant heating. During certain periods, thunderstorms can occur every day. Despite this, the tropics still receive a great deal of sunshine. This combined with a heavy rainfall provides the region with the ideal growing conditions. So this is due. I'm going to circle that word. That's another clue word. Due. This is the reason why. Reason. So I'm going to write due on my single words as well. This is why the air resulting from the sun's constant heating. So this is because the sun is constantly heating up that area. So the sun is constantly heating the area, which causes thunderstorms. Okay, so you can copy this down right here. Pause, copy it down. All right, so we found two relationships of cause and effect. We saw why the weather is hot and humid and why it has a lot of rain. So the effects are it's humid and hot and it has rain, and then we just found out the causes. So we found out the causes because this is an informational text, and that's what we're doing. We're learning more about why things are the way they are. Okay, we're answering this question, why? All right, let's answer the question on the bottom. It says, which sentence from the passage best explains the reason for rain and occasional thunderstorms along the equator? Okay, so we're getting into this part right here. Why is there rain? So go ahead and answer the question on the bottom and log it into your homeschool log. Go. All right, that is it. We just found two cause and effect relationships in our text. So I hope you were able to follow along with this lesson. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye, everybody.